Hey guys, KnucklesSuperFan here, and welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 1. In the last part, we went to Labyrinth Zone and we beat the first level, and here we're just continuing it off and getting, hopefully, we'll be getting, our 5th Chaos Emerald. And as you can see, this is the special stage that I failed earlier. This is the 3rd special stage, and somehow I managed to instantly find it this time. Like, I find it so fast. And I mean, the last time I didn't even see this thing, so I don't know what I did differently. I guess what I did differently was not sucking, and that's always a useful tip when you're doing these special stages. Don't suck and you'll probably get the Chaos Emerald. But I was really happy with that. We got our 5th Emerald, and, you know, should have had it a long time ago, but that's okay. We're still well on pace to get all the Chaos Emeralds in the game. We still have 3 more chances to do it, so I'm really not all that worried. Here we go, continuing Labyrinth Zone, and Knuckles has a really stupid animation when, actually it's not really an animation, he just has a stupid looking sprite when he's falling down those things. So what you want to do here, you want to grab the invincibility and you want to make sure that you get that bubble there. And that way you have as much life as possible so you can just charge through all of these enemies. And while you're invincible, you really want to focus on taking out Orbinauts. Orbinaut is just a tricky enemy to beat. You'll probably get hit by him when you're not invincible. He's, like I said, he's really tricky, and he's probably the toughest enemy that we've seen so far. As always in Labyrinth Zone, make sure you stop to grab the air bubbles when they appear. You don't have to get ones that are right next to each other, but you want to grab them often. That way you don't end up accidentally drowning, because there's nothing worse than getting super far in the level and then drowning because you just forgot to pick up a bubble or thought that you could make it. You thought that you could make it, but really you didn't have enough time. This section is pretty tricky. I can actually just climb up the right wall as Knuckles. I'm fairly certain that I can, but there's a lot of goodies over here, and trying to get the 50 rings that you need to reach a special stage, it's helpful to go over here. I think I'm just showing this off, but there's a door to the right, and you can't get in that door. But KnucklesSuperFan, that's the way that you're supposed to go. Yes it is. When I'm not making a complete fool of myself by almost bouncing into spikes and falling down and having to backtrack up here, what you want to do is you want to go to this ring box right here, and if you hit it, you will reveal a hidden switch underneath of it, and pressing the switch opens up that door. And going on here, there's a checkpoint, but over here there's another invincibility. So dodge the spikes and then run down here. There's going to be another switch for you to hit, and you're going to make sure you hit them pretty quickly so you don't end up drowning. And you want to use your invincibility to take out that Orbinaut. I always prefer to come over here and get this air bubble because I know that I've gone a really long ways, and like I said, don't risk drowning. You could probably make it right there with the invincibility, but I'm not one to risk it. And beyond here you have an Orbinaut. He's not too tricky. If you off-screen him, he actually loses all of his spike balls but one. I'm not sure why that happens. Sometimes he'll still have them and he'll fire all of them, sometimes he doesn't. And here I tried to duck underneath of it, but I must have stood up or something, or Knuckles just can't duck underneath of him. And I ended up losing my shield. So I'm kind of terrified now because I really don't want to lose it. But, you know, that's just me. The level is still very doable. You know, you can still do it without getting hit. And I believe that if you let that, if you ride up into the spikes, then you get crushed and you do die. So take extra care not to get hit right there. And I actually made it to the end of the level. Let's go and try the final special stage again. And, you know, just please get this one. Please get it. I beg you, game. Just let me do it. And look at this. This one isn't even that hard. So it's even worse that I failed it. And I'm probably going to spend a billion minutes. Well, at least a billion. I mean, I could be wrong there, but you can just look at the timer in the bottom of the video to tell whether or not that's right. And wow, I was actually really wrong on that. I thought it was going to take me a while considering I fell there, but just like the other special stage, I got to the emerald, I got really close to it, fell out, and then got it again. So now I have them all, and I'm in Act 3. So what does this mean? Really? It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. Having all the emeralds doesn't do anything in this game. And that might not be entirely true, because on the website it said that you could go and be Super Knuckles if you got all the emeralds. You had to put in a code and it let you be Super Knuckles. So keep that in mind. I wasn't able to get it, like I put the code in and it made the noise, but it still didn't let me be Super Knuckles. Right there when you're on this slip and slide, you're going to want to jump off on the platform and hit the switch, and that lets you continue on with the level. The best way to do that is just to press the jump button. Don't press like left and jump. That just tends to screw you up. As far as I remember, that goes and screws you up. It's not a good thing to do. And like a fool, I ended up getting hit. And here, I think I screwed up what I was trying to do. But you want to go right here. You can also go to the right. I've never actually taken the right path. I always take this way for some reason. I guess it's just because I'm familiar with it. I'm not sure if you have to climb that wall there when you're Knuckles, but like if you're Sonic, you can just jump up there, of course, it doesn't matter. And this is a pretty cool part. You just press A and you try to avoid the spikes that are hitting you. Now, Labyrinth Zone actually has one of my favorite tracks in the game. I really like the theme of this place. Oh, but first you want to bounce up here and hit the switch. It's best to bounce on it and then hold left as you're going up. Like bounce once, fall down, and then bounce again on it. And when you're bouncing again, you want to hold left. Yeah, this level has a great theme. I really like the song here. It is a little bit short. It's not super short though. Oh, and stupid spikes. Like I said, the level theme is a bit short, but it's not too bad. This level is actually pretty difficult. Normally when I play the game, the first place I die is to the boss here, or rather lack of a boss. So here I fell victim to one of the most unfortunate things in the game. I went and missed the corks. If you miss the corks, you're going to want to reset the water level by going all the way to the left, and that makes them come back up again. And here you're just going to want to climb as fast as you can to get up. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to bother with it, I just need to go. And this really is not a good position to be in. You don't want to be at this boss without any rings, because it's just one less hit that you can take. And that makes it super difficult. So here you see Eggman's greatest invention. It's just his normal Egg-O-Matic, but as you can see, he's just running away from you through this maze. And it's really short, but it's not super difficult. And as you can see, as Knuckles, I'm kind of I'm abusing the powers that the game has given to me. And you see what happens when I try to abuse the powers. I end up getting hit. The game's like, no, you're going to play this game the right way. And it's really scary, especially if you keep getting knocked down. You're just basically almost guaranteed to lose, because you'll start to drown and you get really close and it turns to 0 and you just barely make it out. And Eggman's there. I stopped and didn't hit him. You can actually defeat Eggman if you hit him 8 times. I'm not skilled enough to do that. I'm really not. But it is possible to hit Eggman 8 times, make him blow up. You don't get anything, but it's just a cool little thing that you can do. And when we come back, we will be at the Starlight Zone, which is probably my favorite zone in the whole game. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you guys are ready for that one too. I'm KnucklesSuperFan. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you then.